Okay, I'm going to try to do this graphing slope-intercept form. This is take 2, by the way, because I messed up the first one. First thing I want to do is read this. It says it has a slope of 4, y-intercept of 3. I think I might have erased one and I didn't even know it, Miss Benson. But anyway, y-intercept of 3 is going to be 1, 2, 3, right there. And a slope of 4 is the same as 4 over 1. So we're going to count up 4 and over 1. Then once we do that, we can go ahead and change this to a pin. And I'm going to graph that line right there. So that's how you would do that. I'm going to back up one. Yep, I had skipped that. So let me go ahead and do that. This equation says y equals 3/4 x minus 1. I had told somebody earlier that you could actually make a chart, like an x and a y chart, and plug in x values, like, you know, maybe 1, 0, -2, and get y values by using your calculator. I would not suggest this. I would suggest using the slope y-intercept form. Okay, so once you know what the parts are, you first plot your y-intercept, which in this case would be a -1. Then that slope is a positive 3 over 4. So I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, to the right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And once I've done that, then I can easily draw my line for this equation. Now, if that slope had been a -3 over 4, I would have gone down first before going right. But when it's positive, you go up first and then go right. Okay, so let's go through that. You've already seen me graph this one. Now I'm going to go ahead and try this one. This one says y equals -2x, so I know that -2 over 1 is my slope, and I know that -1 is my y-intercept. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through every graph and plot my y-intercept. And if my graph is not on going through my y-intercept, then I know that isn't a possible solution. So as you can tell, the only one that is on the line is graph C, but or graph A, excuse me. But I'm going to go ahead and count the slope just to make sure everybody knows how. That's a -2 over 1 slope, which means I'd go down 2 first and then 1 over, which is still on the line. I'd go down 2, then 1 over. So I know for a fact that graph A is the line that corresponds to y equals -2x minus 1. All right, the next one is we're given a graph, and this time we have to figure out what the equation is. So let's look through here. I know I'm going to need to find my slope, and I know I'm going to need to find my y-intercept. So let's find that y-intercept first. It is right here at +3. So let's look through our equations. That's a +2, +2, +3, +3. So we know A and B are already out. The next thing we're going to notice is that is a negative slope. Both of these slopes are negative, so that's not helping us. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come down this line and see where we can find another point that is going right through a corner. I've got one right there. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go down 1 and I go over 2. So that means my slope has to be -1 over 2, which would be answer C. Okay, hopefully you can see that. If not, go back through it, rewind it, watch it again, and if you still don't understand, make sure to ask us, because this is super important when you're taking your test. Okay, that looks like the end of that one. So let's see what the next one's going to be.